Alright, we're going to set this up. So, first, we're going to get our bottom load collet in there. We're going to get our tool in there, paying very close attention that this tip is very, very sharp and pointy, and it will break if we jam it into something, so just take note of that. And then I just kind of see, be careful, don't let that drop out. Grab one of your flat wrenches and give the top of the spindle a slight turn while you're holding that collet at the same time to kind of get that tool clamped in just enough that you can let go of it, and then get the collet tightened with the bottom one as well. And again, I kind of hold my finger on the back side of it, and then once you get that guy tight, good. Awesome. And just take note that there's some of the shank sticking out of the tool. You don't want it all the way up in there. So, perfect. Alright. Now, we just want to set our Z0, or our surface. And that, now that we've got the cover removed, this is a much easier task. We can now move the head around with the cover open. So, you want to just drive it over the piece of material you're going to use, and go ahead and make sure you do have your auto Z turned off. I got to turn mine off real fast here. Set the lock lever to 3, so we'll go ahead and push this up to number 3. Here, lock in. You can check it by making sure that carriage is locked. If you give it a push up, it shouldn't move up for you, so perfect. Now we'll lower this down, and as we do so, we'll start to wiggle this paper around until we snag it. But what you want to do is pay real close attention. I'm going to zoom in here some for you to see this a little bit better. Is you're going to want to get it so the tool is close to that surface, and stop using the arrow key down, your Z negative, or you will run that into the material and potentially snap that cutter tip. So just get it close, and then you'll be able to use the jog wheel and lower the Z in very small and slow increments. So start doing that and wiggle this paper around until you catch the paper with the tip of that tool to the point where it kind of snags it. You'll see here in just a second. I feel it going down, little click by click. And there it goes. It's catching it. As soon as you start to feel some contact with it, give it maybe an extra click, and then stop to where the paper still moves, but you feel it's scratching the surface of that paper. Stop there, and then go over and set that as your surface by pressing your Z origin button here. Come on over to the panel, and we will get our Z origin and hit enter to set it. And now our Z should show 0 because that's where it's at. Now the next thing you really want to do is raise that Z back up so we don't have any collisions. That way we don't have to worry about a collision and breaking the tip of our tool on anything. So once that's done, then we can go ahead and we'll want to just get a little bit of oil there on our surface of where we're going to cut this name tag at, or the nameplate, I should say. So I've got my oil here, just some, like I say, some 3-in-1 regular oil. You don't need a lot, just a little bit, just to keep the kind of the tool. So as you see there, I just kind of give it a little line down, a little bit of oil, and then as the cutter gets in there and goes to do its thing, that oil is going to start to spread out. If you want to give it a spreading out a little better to kind of cover the surface a little more, you can. I'll just use a folded piece of paper here, just so, and just kind of spread that out some on there. Just a light coating is going to be good. Like I say, you don't need a lot of oil, but a little bit of this oil will go a long way in getting a much smoother and cleaner result on your cutout.